is this playing? There we go. Alright. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your general and love reading for the month of July. So, I would just like to start out by telling you that July, well, let me take it back for a second. I started paying attention to numbers a long time ago. I started paying attention to the months of the year probably about 5 years ago. So I'm going to start by saying that let me see here. So May, the month of May, that's the number 5, the 5th month. Now, I don't really like May all that well. I feel like the month of May, those haven't been very well for me. So once I started paying attention to that, I have noticed that the month of May always seems like a struggle. It's a change. It's that number 5 energy. So with that, this past May, we had something, what was that, Mercury retrograde, that started in May, that then catapulted us into June, which is the number 6. So that's all about striving for balance in the material realm. And you know, how to ultimately achieve that is to find balance within yourself. So then we come out of Mercury retrograde, and it's like, how do you strive for balance and all that? Now here comes July. And I love July. I freaking love July. If you've ever heard the expression Christmas in July, well, we're going to have Christmas in July. So this is a 7 energy. Keep in mind that 7, you're on the right path, and the outcome will exceed your expectations. The number 7 is a sign that divine magic is supporting you and opening doors of opportunity. So with that being said, keep in mind we are still in Saturn retrograde, which is the Lord of Karma. If you want to know more about Saturn retrograde, I have a video posted on Saturn retrograde. So if you've been doing and paying doing your like karmic work, karmic sowing, then you're going to start reaping that and seeing the rewards of that in July. Now, keep in mind too that the end of July, we have Jupiter going retrograde, which is luck and expansion. So you should really see expansion and Christmas in July around the 28th, moving out of July and going into August, because August is the number 8, and that's all about abundance. So one thing I'm going to try and do is tie in these cards that I have already shuffled for you for your reading. I am going to go ahead and let you know that the oracle cards that I'm using here are one from each of these, and then my singing bowl. If you have a question that you would like answered, go ahead and form that question, and then I will pull a card from that, so you'll receive your answer for that, and then a card from the guidance oracle deck. So those will be the oracle decks I'm going to use for your reading. And then the deck I'm going to use for tarot cards is going to be the, I know I need a new camera, the Tarot of the Divine. And this is a beautiful oracle deck. I do struggle with it. I will be reading from the book on some of the meetings. And then I am going to clarify at the end with the Kipper deck. Now, these readings so far have been pretty lengthy. I've done 6 already, and each one of them has been about 40 minutes. So I would prepare yourself. Alright, that's still going. So, I want to see, we'll start out, woo, okay. So you can't see this all that well. The sun is shining in this window over here. So this is Anug. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So, you know, you really, honestly, in the month of July, need to take a load off. You just need to relax and go with the flow. I mean, there's a dove and a rainbow. All right, so we have divine passion, quiet time, guardian, and fairness. So be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So if there's something you're struggling with, there is fairness, because you got to remember, we have Saturn retrograde going on. Make sure you go check out that Saturn retrograde video that I did. That will help you like navigate. Okay, and then for your energy oracle, we have financial constraints. So I am gonna read the book on that one. So we have hostilities, community, yin and yang, and the gate in the garden, but also the sun at the bottom of the deck. So I would say, so this one card here talks about not necessarily being in the feminine, but being in your masculine energy and taking action after your goals. You know, in that other deck, you needed to take quiet time and meditate and contemplate what it is that you wanted. So you very well could be contemplating and taking action. Maybe you need to be preparing to take action toward the end of the month in August. But there's contemplation here for you. But even though there's contemplation, there is good energy. Like you may have some hostilities around you with the people around you, simply because I feel like that hostility card is like aggravation or agitation. So maybe you're being agitated with, you know, the people that are around you. So this financial constraints. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money, but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time. So rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and the good things you already have. All right. Your Earth Magic card is Meadow with a vulnerability. Now, with vulnerability, you need to take an outlook of innocence, of one of ease, one of going with the flow. Like, you need to be as free and relaxed as like these flowers blowing in the wind, and open to the synergy that's around you, because that also too, like if you're agitated or your nerves is all torn up or you're getting anxiety or panic attacks, then that will help to, that grounding will help to give you peace and help you to relax. Because as this says, you need to take it easy this month. We have Fog with Veiled, Mountain and Strength, Childhood Innocence, and Unfoldment. But we also have Volcano. So it's like, be careful, because you are a fire sign. Your emotions may be like a fucking volcano. That could be why, you know, that hostility card was in, that popped up, because of your aggravation. People get on your nerves. You're not really wanting to talk, and you need to like chill out and relax, and do be proactive. But there's something unfolding here for you. You may not be able to see everything just yet, like where you're going, and that's okay. We have a lot of planets coming up that are going to be retrograde the rest of this year. So things could be where you can't really see that great. And if you can't really see forward, then, take a step back and relax a little. But it, does suggest you will have strength, but also, too, keep in mind that either you can climb the mountain or you can walk around the mountain. That's all going to depend on you. And I think looking to your family or maybe a childlike awe will help you to change your perspective and see things differently. Your angel answer is a year from now. So whatever your question was, it'd take a year for it to fully or completely manifest. You do have success, big happy changes. Look for a sign. Forgiveness, remain positive. Yes, wait. You will be successful. There is changes. You'll probably have to look for or pay attention to the signs, because those will help give you confirmation and confidence as time goes on. But the thing about this card right here is you can't just sit here and wait for the thing to manifest in a year. You've got to put action into manifesting whatever it is that you are asking for. Inspired action. Hopefully this sun's not going to be too crazy. So let's see what your tarot cards have to say. Hold on, how did I have these set up? Yeah, like this somehow. Okay. So in the reading, so you had some type of painful ending that happened for you. Something ended. Something didn't go as planned. So, and that could be, stemming from May into June. So you were wounded already. Now you're actually able to pull these swords out and you're able to heal. And maybe that's why you need to step back and become vulnerable. Something has somewhat scathed you, and I think I think the people around you can see that something has happened. So I feel like whatever this situation was, either this could be around, a breakup of some sort, a parting of ways. There was I'm going to say either, let me pull out this book here. This is the Lovers. I want to see. Okay, so yeah, separation. Unreliability, separation, second guessing, values, and conflict. I feel like, though, the challenge here for you is somebody didn't invest into this situation. When you're given things, you have to, invest in them. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what that is. So you've got to put time, attention, and care into these things. Otherwise, they're not going to grow. If you want your grass to be looking good, you got to take care of it. You got to look after it. You got to cut it, trim it, water it, put fertilizer on it. So your challenge here is laziness, procrastination, setback, and delay. So somebody didn't put the time and effort into maintaining, it looks like, a relationship, and it fell apart and ended. You are somewhat, I'm not going to say you are completely over it just yet, but you're close. And that could be where this healing is coming in this month, and this financial constraints, and why you need to take it easy. So I do see at the beginning of July, you have the 8 of Wands here. So you're going to have a lot of communication, a lot of things going for you. Just don't get burnt out on it. There's going to be a lot of messages coming in, a lot of energy that really fuels you and gives you the energy you need to go after things. But I do feel like there's a little bit of caution around. Because the middle of the month, we have Justice in reverse. So something is, and I like this Justice card, but you know, it's in the reverse. So something's going to happen. I'll clarify this later. That's going to be and feel unfair. Like it doesn't go in your situation. And if this isn't you, then this could very well be the other person that you're dealing with. You know, this can go one of two ways. Either you're going to feel around the middle of the month that you were done or treated unfairly. And where's my card? Here we are. False accusations, intolerance, abuse, dishonesty, and bias. So you either are being like that or feeling something wasn't done in your favor, like maybe you were wronged by this individual, this lover that you may have, or this is the person that you're dealing with, your lover. Now this is like the middle of the month. So I don't exactly know what this has to do with. I will clarify, but just be prepared and aware that the middle of the month, you know, something, it's like, you know, karma, and you got the scales. Either there's winners and there's losers. So either you are going to win something or you're going to lose something. And whichever I feel like side of the equation you are on, your partner will be on the opposite end of that. Now, that might be the thing that it takes to get this Knight of Wands energy going right here. Because the end of the month, this is what you have coming in. So, and this little dude right here is a spunky looking little sprite thing. He's got that ram by the, what do you call that? His little horn. And it's like whooping his ass, like, let's go. But it's also a chick on it. Usually it's a male on the card. I thought at first that this was an actual little boy sprite looking thing, but no, it's a girl. She's got boobs. She's got breastises. So, if you're a female watching this, you at the end of the month, either you've healed or you've had epiphany or something, and it's causing you to run back to this lover. So if you're a guy watching this, you know, at the end of July, the female that, you know, that you had an ending with, she could come running back to you. Now, feminines, if you're watching this, you're the Sagittarius, then it looks like you are hauling ass back to this situation. But just know that there is healing. There's definitely healing here, for sure. I can at least say that. Well, let's see here. Woo! Okay. And let me go here, 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 and here. Alright, so your advice, whoever you are watching this is you, the Page of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely, whether you're a girl or a guy, experiencing some sort of breakup or undone, an ending to something that was either a soulmate or a karmic. Now, you know, karmic relationships are not easy, okay? Those are the toughest relationships to navigate. So this energy right here can really have you being in the negative. You could be jealous of others because, especially if you're feeling repressed, held back, but you see others around you that are doing well and doing good, because that can cause you to be envious of them. You need to go watch that Saturn retrograde movie, okay? Because I don't know, like, if this is you and you feel like things are just unjust or unfair for you, then my question would be, and please don't kill the messenger here, is what did you do for it to be unfair? Because every action has a consequence. Every consequence has an action. So what did you do? And it looks like right here, you weren't taking care of either the person that you loved, you weren't nurturing them, feeding the relationship, you weren't looking after it, you know, when you plant flowers and you have grass and stuff and a garden like this, you have to go out and water it daily. You've got to keep the weeds back or they'll take your shit over, and they suck the life out of your plant. So it's like you have to attend to people and your relationships like a garden. You have to look after them. You have to nurture them. You have to tell them things, do things for them. You know, it takes two to keep a relationship going. And if one feels neglected, then they tend to seek love from other people. And hopefully that's not the situation here for you, but it just seems like, you'll have to let me know in the comments how this here resonates for you. But anyway, so getting back to the cards here, the person that you're dealing with, I mean, if you're a guy watching this, then the person you're dealing with, the feminine, she's feeling good. Looking good, feeling good. Like she's really, I'm just not exactly sure. I can't put my words on it yet. And who, because this is a general thing, so I'm sitting here having to read, you know, but it feel like the male in this reading here didn't invest his time, energy, and his care into a female. But just know that if she walked away, I mean, she's in her element, whoever she is. She may be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but she's feeling great. She's looking good. She's following her intuition. Like, she is abundant. She is noticing all the stuff going on around her. I mean, homegirl's looking right. She does not seem to be bothered by this at all, quite honestly. I mean, she's like in her feminine energy. She's warm, empathetic. She's being a counselor to the people around her, to herself. She's listening to her intuition, like I said. Homegirl's doing very well. Now, if you're the female watching this, then you're still this female I'm talking about. This is you that I'm talking about. So, I would say that if you're a female watching this, if you're the female watching this, there wasn't an investment coming into this relationship. I honestly feel like the male here the male in this scenario wasn't really taking care of and nurturing and looking after you and giving you what you needed from a partner. So, it looks like there was an ending to it here, some way, shape, or form. It may have came in hot, and it may have ended just as hot, you know. But you know, this is also like the energy of a Sagittarius, like in and out. So it may have started real quick, ended real quick. It looks like it's going to start again. Maybe things will be a little bit different, especially if someone has learned from their ways here. I am not sure. But if you're the feminine, just know that the people around you, if you kind of feel a little bit of a lull, like this ended, I feel like some way, shape, or form, it has bothered you enough. I'll just say enough. It's bothered you enough to where you are like on your comeback game. So you're going to be looking very well in the month of July, feeling very energetic, listening to your intuition, following it, noticing that your intuition is leading you to stuff. You're actually able to see physical evidence of your intuition manifested in reality. Okay? And because this is your outcome. I mean, look at this. This is like the Lady of Guadalupe or something. This is your outcome. I mean, it almost reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles card. So, but there was some offer, and you know, there may have, something could have happened and somebody didn't even apologize. Could have been like a verbal argument that you had with this person and they didn't even apologize. But I feel like, I don't know if they're going to come back and give you an apology. They may not. But I do feel like they will be coming back in. Someone is going to be returning at the end of July. So maybe that's one reason why you need to meditate and contemplate, and easy does it, and rest and figure out, you know, especially if you're experiencing financial constraints, you know, that could be, you know, the Seven of Coins in reverse right here. This could be the reason, these financial constraints could definitely be the reason behind this ending that you experienced. But this Ten of Swords, thankfully, is in the reverse, so that means that it's complete, it's a completion. It's coming out of that energy now, so you are able to heal. You know, this is all around a situation that, oh, this is the Knight of Cups. I was thinking for a second this was the Knight of Pentacles. So, you are, some way, shape, or form, dealing with the water sign, I feel like. Or you have water placements, like a moon and or the rising, or sun sign, whichever. But someone over here, it looks like the male, whoever the male is in this dynamic, someone, you know, even if it's not, okay, so here's this, either the person you're dealing with or a new person is coming in. Either the person you're dealing with comes back or a new person comes in at the end of July. Especially because the way they're looking over here, they're seeing this glow up, this come up. I mean, you're like, you have like elevated emotionally, spiritually, physically. Yeah, you have elevated. The female in this scenario has elevated. Boy, her comeback game and her glow up is on point. So there's someone that's going to be noticing you from afar, and I feel like they're going to come in like it's hot around the end of the month. Now, in the meantime, female in this situation, the female, you may need to take on, or you are taking on, this Hangman energy where you're spending time with yourself and you're reflecting. You may also too, because of whatever this ending here was, whether this is a new person or the same person returning, you need to see things in a different light, a different perspective. You need to change how you view this situation. There's a masculine here who is very cold, some way, shape, or form, very cold, and cut to the chase. So, and there's a decision to be made too about which way one is going to go. I feel like this masculine is, I feel like the masculine in this dynamic, this old masculine, which the one that you were dealing with before, I feel like this masculine is, he is not in his, I mean, he's like cold, really sharp and cold and cut to the point, to the chase with his words. Like, usually when the King of Swords is in reverse, it's like, it talks about like a dictator, someone being cruel, being violent, being oppressed. Like, they're very cutting with their words. So, but anyways, just be aware of that. And I'm going to tell you that I feel like the masculine here is looking at this feminine and is like, look at her over here and her glow up, and then I'm over here miserable as fuck. So I feel like he's angry because he's miserable, and I think he's pissed off because you're looking good and you're not feeling like shit like he is. So he's got a decision to make. Which way is he going to go? Now, I don't know if that's going to be him returning at the end of the month, or if this is someone new coming in. But just know, the end of the month, somebody's going to be coming in like it's hot. So let me start to clarify. What is this ending here around? Alright, so the Thief card just fell out. What is this reverse Ten of Swords here for Sagittarius in the month of July? What is this reverse Ten of Swords for here for Sagittarius in the month of July? Alright, well, someone experienced some form of bad health. Okay. Alright, so here's a scenario I just got. Alright, so bad health. Did the masculine get sick and maybe you had to look after him or take care of him? Now, this could have been from like March, April, May. He may have been neglecting himself. He could have gotten sick and then you had to somewhat look after him or take care of him. And you could have felt like, because this King of Swords over here is showing up, he could have been so angry and pissed off that he just made you miserable while you were having to look after him and take care of him. You know how I'm not saying, and I'm not throwing misery loves company. I feel like the masculine here was so miserable that he made you miserable. That's what I'm trying to say. And you were like, damn, and I have to look after this motherfucker and put up with this shit. So you could be feeling like he somewhat robbed you of your happiness. He could have robbed you of your sunshine. And you were out here like toiling away, working, feeling like a daggone slave. And having to come home and then put up with his ass. So I think you were expecting maybe things to turn around with him. And maybe they did not. So that ended. Okay. What is this Lovers here in reverse? This breakup. What clarification? What messages do you have for me regarding it? High honor. So this could have been someone you looked up to, that you felt, was very significant for you in your life. You thought highly of them, or they had a wonderful job. What is this Lovers in reverse? I see the privileged lady here. So maybe he made you feel like a privileged lady at one time. And then we got family room. So something went down in the family room of the home. Marriage, official person, journey, mature man, distant horizon, great fortune in house. So, I mean, this could have been, you could have been dealing with a man in the military, or the man in this dynamic is like a firefighter or a police officer. I would say he's an older, mature man. He wears like a uniform to work every day. And if he was in the military, maybe he had to leave and go somewhere. And maybe that's what caused his breakup or something. But anyways, let me keep going. Alright, what is this Justice card here first? Something. Now keep in mind that this is the middle of July, this Justice in reverse. What is this Justice? I just had to spare in reverse. What messages do you have for Sagittarius regarding this Justice in reverse? What messages do you have for Sagittarius regarding this Justice in reverse? Distant horizons. So yes, this card is telling you, you can't see it right now, but there is something on the horizons that's coming that's going to feel unfair. Lord. So either it's in the court systems, like a payout, something like that. Someone's going to feel like they're being robbed here. There's a message coming in. Someone does have concern over this situation, and they are up in their thoughts. They are spending a lot of time throughout the day thinking about the situation. I do feel like that they feel like they are somewhat out in the cold. And there's a message around that. There is something coming in. And now I'm going to connect this to the end of the month, because I felt there was a message in there. So then what is this Knight of Wands here for at the end of July for Sagittarius? this Knight of Wands at the end of July for Sagittarius. I'm going to take that card just because it was stuck. So, the female here. Look, the Thief card again. So, the feminine. Let me look down here at the bottom. A gift, a change, great fortune, and a marriage. A main male, home, mature lady. So this is definitely, you know, I feel like this is either around a very deeply committed relationship. Either like a common law marriage relationship. You were living with the person. I feel like you had to be living with this person. Or you're married to them one way or the other. Okay? But this Thief card keeps showing up. So either the masculine, something kept coming up for the masculine that, I mean, could it have been something was just taking too much of his time, his job was too demanding on him, and it made him neglect you? Because there's this thief with this main male. This female feels like something was taken from her. So maybe this male is going to be coming back in at some point in time. He's going to, I feel like, because this is the end of July, there will be change in this dynamic. And if there was a financial loss, it will be, because we've got gift and great fortune here. So if there was a financial loss, like this financial constraint thing, I think that some way, shape, or form, that loss that was taken will be returned. But it will be like the end of the month. Like, you know, I guess that's why I spoke about Christmas in July. So anyways, what is this Page of Cups here in reverse for Sagittarius? Someone's not being true and authentic with how they feel. Okay, well, someone may be making promises. Someone may have made promises to you that they couldn't keep around a relationship. This woman's over here working away, working her ass off, while the man over here is, I mean, feminine. Did you, maybe the masculine didn't take care of you like he promised he was going to. That could have caused a big time issue and or problem. But regardless, the feminine that was in the Kipper deck, the feminine cards that kept coming out, she was still, even though she's working her ass off and working away, the feminine, she's still looking good. Okay? What is this Queen of Cups card over here in the environment? What messages do you have for Sagittarius about this Queen of Cups over here? Privileged lady. So, feminine, you are, and then the message card flipped out. So, something happened with this masculine. Regardless, I feel like that whatever happened to him with his job, his health, something, it really did a damper and caused an ending of some sort in y'all's relationship. So, he looks like he made promises he couldn't keep. Now, you over here, on the other hand, are still looking good and taking care of yourself regardless. I mean, if you had a masculine living with you and he moved out or you kicked him out, whatever, you're able to, like, hold down your own house, maintain your job, and, like, if you got kids, you're, like, able to keep, you know, look after your kids and keep them going and get them to practice and shit and back home to and fro. Like, you're doing and handling all of that. Alright, so last card here, the Empress. Now, also, I would like to say, because now I'm looking at the bottom, that this main male, I don't know if you've got counseling that you're going to be going to. There very well could be, or you could be going before a judge to talk about an arrangement or an agreement. There is going to be some form of messages from this masculine. So, all right, let's see the Empress. What messages do you have for this Empress card here for Sagittarius in July? So this is the end of July, coming out of, you know, also too, end of July, going into August. Ooh, unexpected income. So, man, and look at the card that flipped out. Sudden wealth. So, if you're a female watching this, girlfriend, you got some money coming, it looks like. Now, I'm going to tell you. There's a message around this, especially if you decide not to take this man back. Okay? If you decide not to take him back, and he's going to try to get you to take him back. He may try to win you over. But just know that he is going to be upset that he's having to give you this money. And he is going to feel like you have somewhat robbed him of his money. And he will probably express his frustration with you for quite some time about having to give you money or payout. Okay? You will have to let me know how this resonated with you. And I hope that it was a good reading. If you feel like it did resonate and you would like to donate or tithe into it, my Cash App and PayPal information is in the link below. If this is where I leave you, please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how it resonated. And I will see you again, Sagittarius, for your August reading. Take care and namaste.